Repping H-Town. Zero. What's popping, bro?
Man, what's happening?
It's good to see you, man. It's funny because, I'm real tight with one of my brothers was Mexican OT.
Okay.
And he loves you, man.
Yeah, man. Shout out Mexican OT.
He says you're his Tupac.
Yeah, indeed.
He did say that y'all got the record together, so I know that was a big deal for him to make happen.
Yeah, we got a couple records together now.
Yeah, shout out to him, bro.
Yeah, shout out to Mexican OT.
For you, man, like you've been kind of a part of not every era of Houston music, obviously, but the last 20 years. To see kind of like where Texas music as a whole is, because now Dallas is getting in on the action. How do you feel about like kind of what's going on with H-Town and the movement that's happening with the new generation right now?
I mean, it's good. Same thing it was for us and and those before us. So I mean, to see the growth. I mean, the rotation like how it's supposed to be. It's way different. Right. But I think it's supposed to be. So I mean, I salute it.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much talent. Like, just thinking of like Peso. Obviously, shout out to Sauce Walker. Shout out to OT. Shout out to D Baby's Hard. You still got it, man. Y'all got a wave right now, and the OGs are still doing their fucking thing.
Hey, we gotta eat too.
You gotta eat too, man.
We gotta eat too.
100%. I always tell people, if you ever go to Texas and you've never been to like Houston before, and you go to the club, I don't think people understand the reaction that Mo City Dawn gets.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of like the dreams and nightmares of Houston.
It is. It's that shit crazy because I didn't think it was going to be that one. You know what I'm saying? I knew it was going to be, but like, I was like, that one? But then, when I listened to it, like, my shoulder do move a little bit. So, I understand.
Yeah, for sure. It's crazy because it's like one of them ones that like, if you grew up in LA, you might not have ever heard it. But then if you go hop on a plane and go to Houston, it's fucking
That's how you gonna hear it.
Yeah, it's insane. Man.
Yeah, it's that shit is it's crazy.
100%.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You always will hear people say that you are one of the most underrated MCs, just period. Do you feel like you are underrated? And when we talk about the GOATs, and if so, like why do you think that?
I mean, probably because I'm not as accessible as, all these other people are. Obviously, I'm still independent. So, I do what I do. And it don't really go, I guess, beyond that. Right. So it's kind of like I'm, it's a ceiling there. So, but I mean, I don't know. Having access to get out of that ceiling is something that, we experiment with, because definitely needs to happen. But to say underrated, I mean, it's a yes or no thing. I mean, I feel where it may be coming from, but then at the same time, I know the people that they consider to be GOATs, they know who I am. So I'm not really tripping on it too hard.
Facts. Man. You're also, I feel like, one of the guys who used melodies in a way that like not a lot of artists really like. When you were doing the melodic shit, it wasn't like the thing to do. As opposed to like fast forward to today, everyone's got crazy melodies and everyone's kind of doing their singing thing. But I feel like you've been doing that for fucking ever.
I mean, I had to. It was a money thing. Yeah. Because when I first started off, I couldn't afford to pay nobody to sing that shit for me.
So you're like, yo, I ain't got nobody to do the hook, so I
learned how to do it myself. Yeah.
Wow.
I stood in the mirror. Somebody was charging me $500 for something, and I was like, I ain't got no motherfucking $500. So I stood in the mirror like I sung the part until it sounded all right. Then I just kept doing that shit after that. I just kept on and kept on and kept on. And I mean, shit, it just became second nature.
That's fire.
Yeah.
And it worked out.
It did. It pays a lot of bills.
It does. It does indeed, man.